and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Sprint. Happy Friday. I don't know about you, but this week seemed like it has gone by forever. It is such a long week, but guess what? We are at our Friday weekend. We're at the end of the week, and it is a rail yard dog game tonight, so you know I'm excited about it. Either way, we're wrapping this week up with another great shows that about stories that you guys want to hear about, things that'll keep you guys intrigued, interested, and have you scratching your head. And I have to talk about this. You guys know my feelings on Taylor Swift. You know how I'm not a fan. I'm not a Swiftie, but I have so much respect for her as a businesswoman, as a person in her career. And unfortunately, this story makes me sick to my stomach. Of course, I know you guys have probably already seen it going around on social media. Images that were AI generated of Taylor Swift that is just going around like a troll. You know, they're sick as all get out. But we're going to chat about it later on in the sprint. If you got a comment to say about it, I know there have been so much of an outpour of support for her, because at the end of the day, this is stuff that just should not happen to anybody. I don't care how rich you are. But yeah, we're going to get into this later on in the show. I also got a happy story about Taylor Swift that we're going to hopefully put a bow on, you know, the bad stuff that she's dealing with. But yet, so much fan support is still going around that, again, well-respected woman, and she deserves every bit of some type of, you know, pick-me-up after what's been going around. So first and foremost, we got to get into this, man. We all know about marijuana and how unfortunate it is for some people, but get this, Roanoke College is working to fight the cannabis taboo, but they're doing it through a program focuses on studying hemp. Yeah, college announced that a first-of-its-kind new degree called Cannabis Studies. The goal of the program is to improve understanding around the science and laws behind cannabis, and it's nearly $40 billion industry. Based on federal law, the college will only grow and study hemp varieties that have no psychoactive effects. So all of the kids out there, hey, push the pause button. This ain't for you to be getting all high and stuff. This is stuff for you guys to actual study. But yeah, it will give students the training needed to be successful in the industry.
As we're moving through these majors and seeing students kind of graduate, we're going to have to continuously reiterate to them that this is going to be a constantly going back and continuing to learn scenario.
In total, 2 majors and a minor study will be added in the 2024 fall semester. So yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. If you're into this type of stuff, and again, I know this is a very lucrative business. I know cannabis and all type of different versions of it has helped a lot of people, especially suffering from PTSD, injuries, and stuff like that. So yeah, we see the benefits in it, also the downfalls in it. So I guess that healthy balance of learning it will take place in this classroom. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and try to check into it, because it seems like something that I think a lot of people would be intrigued about learning, being more educated about it. Moving on to this, man, if your phone is filled with a lot of apps like mine, I don't know if you get scared the way I do when you get that notification saying that it's time to clear up some space. You got to delete this app and go to this and managing and all that stuff. That stresses me out. But apparently, if you declutter your phone and from all the pictures and all that stuff, it can help your actual health. I didn't even think that was a possible thing, but hey, here we are. Cleveland Clinic says that our brains tend to favor order over chaos, so having a lot of unnecessary items taking up space on your phone or computer can eventually make you feel overwhelmed. They say that it can also make it harder to focus and stay productive. Dr. Susan Albers says that clearing up things you don't need could help solve those issues.
Clearing out your digital clutter can make you feel more in control and empowered. It helps to give you clarity and organization that you need to get things done.
So clearing out your digital clutter won't only help you stay focused, but of course it would help you free up some much needed space as well. So yes, if you guys need to figure out, just take time out and just do it. You know, I know it's hard to do. That's why I am afraid to change my phone over, because I'm afraid something might get lost. But I just know I do not need 50 pictures of Bo standing in the same position, in the same pose. I don't need that on my phone. I got to figure out a way to better manage that. So yeah, apparently it'll help my mental health and all of it as well. Let's get to this weather, man. This weather is kind of trippy right now. We went from super cold temperatures, had the little nasty winter weather and all that stuff. Well, get this, it is, and I'm pretty sure you noticed this by now, wet, misty, foggy outside, and warm. So let's get to meteorologist Chris Michaels with our Friday forecast.
Hey there, guys. Happy Friday to you. Very warm today. High temperatures 60s and 70s. Tomorrow we'll see some rain, especially coming in after 11 a.m. or so. They'll be off and on through Sunday morning. Temperatures then kind of come back down to earth. It'll actually feel like late January and early February next week.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. It's time to get to this unfortunate story, okay? So I'm pretty sure you guys have all seen it. We know how social media work. Pornographic pictures, unfortunately, of Taylor Swift have flooded the internet, and they're not from her phone. She didn't take them, and we all have common sense to know that wasn't the case. But unfortunately, these images aren't real, but they were created by artificial intelligence. Photos showed the singer in sexually suggestive and explicit positions. Social media platform X removed them, but not before they were viewed by tens of millions of times. Those photos though are still likely circulating on less regulated platforms. Concerns are growing about the AI-generated images and videos being used in this year's presidential election to disrupt the vote. That's just one, but of course, again, this is something that it's absolutely terrifying because, one, leave this girl alone. Like, it's one thing that if you are a hater of Taylor Swift, do your thing. I know, to each their own. If you don't like her, cool. But for people out there who are diving into stuff like this and doing it in a way that they think is going to get enough clicks or it's going to make them go viral or whatever you're doing, that is just some straight up evil stuff. And I don't care how rich of a person you are. I don't care how elite people like to put them in categories, how of an elite category you are. Doing something like this is so disrespectful, in my opinion. It's not funny. I don't understand why somebody would think it is funny. But one thing is for sure, her Swifties are coming in, and you think she has some support from from before. She definitely does now. But again, it traumatizes me for her because I can only imagine if somebody just picked pictures of me or Chris or Jenna or anybody, and put them online to make it funny through an AI generated thing to where it was so inappropriate and so out of character. That's some unfortunate stuff because, again, you unfortunately got people out there who will see that and believe it. Not everybody knows that this stuff is fake. So my word to this is, let this be just some kind of an awareness to everybody that if you see something, just delete it, or if you see something, report it, because, again, it's just gross. It's evil. It's disrespectful. It's not. I don't understand why somebody would think that was funny. Like, that is not funny. If anything, it's like it makes you feel for her because it's just like, here she is, an icon. So many younger girls out there look up to her. So many people look up to her, and if a child, our teenagers out there scrolling through social media and they see some mess like that, you realize how, if they don't know any better, you realize how upsetting that could be and how disturbing that can be. So yeah, if you see anything like that, report it, and I pray that whatever platform is seeing this stuff generated, it's not that serious. The click isn't that serious. It's not that deep. And again, I feel so bad for her. Like, I don't care if she was a celebrity that I just completely did not like. But again, Taylor Swift is somebody that I respect. I think that she got it going on. She knows what she's doing. The Swifties, they're fans for a reason, but to do something like this is just vile. So report anything. If you see anything inappropriate like that going around, whether it's Taylor Swift and whether it's just somebody else out there, so much human trafficking and sex trafficking and all this stuff that's happening right in our faces on our social media, that should send up a red flag for anybody because, again, we have our children, the purest of our souls, on those sites, seeing this stuff and being, unfortunately, manipulated, and just it's just an awful thing that unfortunately this world is dealing with. Just evil. So report it. But I want to end on a happy Taylor Swift note. Okay, this story right here actually would bring a smile to your face because a little girl who, again, so many people look up to this woman and what she has done in this industry, how much money she's made for the economy. So many people look up to her. A little girl who got the wave hello to the music superstar during last weekend's game between Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs, sharing her side of the story. So check this out. It's a little cute story right here. 8-year-old Ella was already planning to attend the game with her mom as a Bills fan, and they attended a show together during the Eras tour and thought that they would be the only time that they saw the superstar in person. They were wrong. When they found out that she was at the game, they wanted to make a sign to get her attention, so she waved her sign near the suite of Taylor Swift, and Travis Kelce, his brother, Jason, took notice and decided to help Ella out.
We walked over there, and then the two guys in front of us were yelling to Jason, like, give her a chance.
Look how happy she is right there. So Ella says that Jason climbed out of the window of his suite and carried Ella to the window where her idol was, who gave her a smile and a wave. Now, how sweet of a story is this? This makes you smile, okay? And it also reminds you that this woman, despite what you say about her and despite how people out there, the trolls out there that try to take her down, she has an effect on our younger population to the point where you got this story, Ella. You know, first of all, shout out to Ella, because one day she's going to look back on this and she'll be like, yo, I was with Taylor Swift and I was with her boo thing's brother at the same time. That is such a cool thing to say as a kid. But more than anything, I'm so happy she had that moment. And can we talk about Jason Kelsey? I know he also, being a father of little girls, how excited he was to be able to help her out, even though he was clowning in his little naked outfit. Cousin had no shirt on, just looking a hot mess, but having a good time. But he saw that and he made note of it to make sure he helped little Ella out. So let's go ahead and bring Jazzy Jazz in on this conversation right now. Jazz, are you with me? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, girl. So tell me, is this not the sweetest story ever?
Yeah, it's just so nice. And I can only imagine being in her shoes and meeting someone that I really look up to. Like, that's just such a beautiful moment. I'm glad she got to experience it. I'm sure she's bragging to all her little friends about it, too.
Oh, definitely. And again, like I said, it just makes me sick that the whole situation with these AI-generated images about Taylor Swift, people are just, they just ain't got nothing else to do. And it's just unfortunate. And I know you working from a web standpoint, you watch out for that type of stuff and you monitor it correctly, correct?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's really scary. Unfortunately, this is the first time I've heard of AI being used to generate explicit photos of celebrities. I've been hearing about this for a while. So it is just scary, honestly, because you never know who people might target, and I would hate to have my reputation tarnished because someone took it upon themselves to generate photos. And I'm sure you all feel the same, like the talent throughout the newsroom. Mm-hmm. And people are taking this even further, a lot worse. I saw an article recently about people using it to generate kind of photos like that of children.
Oh,
so,
God.
I think it definitely needs some sort of legislation to protect people. Identity and just protect people in general, because this is not right. It's disgusting and it's scary.
That makes me so sick, Jazz. But again, this story ended on a happy note. We had a little girl who, again, looked up to her idol the right way. And I hope and pray that stories like this overshadow the filth that's on our internet right now,
Absolutely. We need that positivity, especially with that kind of stuff going on in the world. You just need something to kind of anchor you. So
perfect. So Jazz, do we have any viewers or comments today?
No comments. But again, if you're watching it later and catching up on the morning sprint, feel free to leave a comment on YouTube, Facebook, and on our website.
All right, girlie. Well, you have a blessed weekend, all right?
All right, you as well. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, guys, that does it for the morning sprint today. Thank you so much for joining us, because you already know it's always a party when we're together online. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you're going to the Dogs game tonight and tomorrow, I'll be there. Come by and say hey, because I would love to show you some love. Either way, have a good one. Stay dry out there. Take care, and we'll see you back here again Monday morning at 8 a.m. WSLS.com on the Morning Sprint.